I don't know what you've been told, but all vaginas are made of gold. Stand up and manifest your destiny as queen in vagina power. It doesn't matter what anybody said you are. It doesn't matter if they put you down and said you'd never be anything. It doesn't matter if you failed up until this point, and now I am asking you to rise up, the goddess.
Welcome to the Alexyss Tylor Show. I'm your host, Alexyss Tylor, and today we're going to talk more about my new book, Spiritual Sexuality, Volume 1, Vagina Power. We're going to delve deeper into penis power and sperm power, which is a very important, very pivotal aspect of vagina power, because we need to know what kind of dicks are going up in the pussy, of how we are set up to be sabotaged by the power of the penis. Now, as we deal with mathematics, we realize in algebra that there is a number line. And in the middle of the number line, there's always one constant, which is supposed to be a number and yet not a number at the same time, and that is 0. Now, you got a positive side of the 0 and a negative side of the 0. So the numbers begin at 0 and 1 and move into infinity on the positive side. The numbers start at 0 and 1 on the negative side and move into negative infinity. Well, the penis also has a positive and a negative charge to it, and so does the vagina. So when the woman in her little girl most heightened state of spiritual awareness and intuition is violated and taught how to suck dick when she's a little girl, and she hasn't healed that and addressed that source of her pain, moves into trying to have sexual relationships, and she really is not mature enough and experienced enough and doesn't know what she's doing, because many of us are having sex, ladies, and we really don't even understand our spirituality and our sexuality, and that they are merged, they are one, they are the infinite and most important and primitive part of our kundalini energy. So when that kundalini energy is not overstood and understood by us, and that kundalini energy, the very sphere of it, has been shadowed, it has been permeated, therefore altering the energetic code in it. While we are little girls, we go into these sex relationships, and that charge in our vagina is not charging on a positive scale. We are not radiating a positive self-love and healthy and self-worth vibration and frequency out of the mind of the vagina. And as a result of that, we radiate this energy out into the atmosphere. The energy connects with the like mind of a man in penis power, although it is negative, and the places, the people, and the things align for both of us to collide in the third dimensional time realm. And it's because we don't realize that we are the creators of this manifestation, we get caught in it and we die. So we really have to break down the psychology of negative sperm power, and we must realize that every sperm and every penis and all testicles move through the mind of the woman before they can be men. Therefore, it is no reason at all for us to be caught up in dysfunctional, very abusive relationships with men when we first create them in our world. Women are the most powerful beings that walk this earth. We were powerful before we had a third dimensional body. And we are more powerful now because everything we see in our world in the third dimension, we project out of our consciousness first, out of our womb. And we created the very movie script that we are watching in our lives now. We wrote that script, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Therefore, it is our responsibility if there's something that we don't like, if we're being victimized, humiliated, and maimed on any level, it is first orchestrated in the mind of the woman's vagina and in this mind here. Because remember, everything here is connected throughout your spine and in the root of your vagina. So we have to really, really get how deep this is, how powerful we are, how wonderful we are, so that we can stop these movies from playing. We can stop rolling the tape on these agendas that we see in our lives that benefit men, benefit penises, benefit someone ejaculating and getting what they want and their dreams fulfilled, while our dreams are constantly deferred and denied. Really honor and love and respect the queen within us, we must eradicate anything that opposes the queen rising to power. And if the queen is reigning supreme on her throne, and there is a threat to her through a penis, being in negative penis power, we must also destroy that relationship. And see, I know a lot of women don't want to hear that because we don't want to let the dick go. A lot of us are so caught up on one particular man's penis and the way he makes our vagina feel and the way he makes our mouth feel and the way he makes our total body feel when we're in bed with him and when he's inside of us and when he's talking to us and when he's twisting us and bending us all over all kind of ways, asking us who pussy it is and is it good to you. See, this is the reason why we are having so many problems with STD and other areas of our life, because we choose not to examine the consciousness of the man's sperm and choose not to examine the history of his sperm and the history of his dick. Where's his dick been at? We don't want to ask him too many questions. We don't want to put any pressure on him because his other woman did it, or his wife or his baby mama created the drama by asking him where he been, and he says we remind him of his mother. So we don't want to put too much pressure because that may drive him away. That may drive him into another woman's arms that we're competing with that we don't want him to have. So see, we make the justifications for the abuse. We rationalize the substandard behavior of our men that are really not being men. And we continue to take another dose of infected penis and negative sperm power because a lot of us are afraid to stand in our positive vagina power as queens. So it's important that for the women that want to hear this message and want to take responsibility for your pussy and stand in pussy power, this is for you. Because unfortunately, although each one teaches one, and we're all sisters in the spirit, what one sister decides to do to violate her vagina is felt by me, you, and every woman around the world. We are all connected energetically, and we all came from energy and rhythm, and we all go back to energy and rhythm. Therefore, for the women that don't want to check themselves, that don't want to check the dicks they sucking and they riding, we have to be aware of these types of women and their behavior and the men that they're dealing with. Because if we don't watch these women that don't want to be responsible for their pussies and don't want to have an upright agenda, and if we don't watch these men that are giving their dick to males and females and anybody else without a condom or refusing to get tested and using their dick as a weapon to create crimes against the vagina because of their reckless behavior, then we're all doomed to hell. We're all going to fail because that means we've all fallen into a sleep of darkness, and we will continue to subsist in this abyss, this hell, which is a lower level of consciousness separated from the mind of God, if we choose not to take responsibility.
Demanding that you stand up right now and manifest your greatness.